Happy New Year! Woo! Yeah, I didn't have that much sound effects, so I needed to do it on my own. So happy New Year to everyone. How was your holidays? How was the weekend? How was the whole month of December? I hope you guys had a lot of fun spending your time with your families, with your loved ones, eating the delicious food, the cheese that are as big as this one, right? So yeah, and now since we are starting the year, we want to set things straight. But before that, let me remove my props for today. Actually, there is a meaning why I'm wearing this, which you will be learning later. So catch it. And another one. Oh my goodness, everybody's really good at this. Whoa. Okay, amazing. You guys are amazing. Okay, so as I've mentioned, it's the start of the year, and most people set a lot of things, set goals, set dreams, set plans, set schedules at the start of the year. There's the people who are always these are the ones prominent in Instagram. They are the ones called hashtag balik alindog. Oh yeah, these are the health peeps, the health buff who's always hitting the gym. They're hustling, they're grinding, they're like and then after 2 months they're just going back to eating. But quiet, I didn't say that. But these are the hashtag balik alindog people. Also, there are the hashtag New Year's resolution people, wherein they promise to save and after 10 years they are still thinking of saving without savings. Oh no, it's the start of the year. I think we will have bashers already. I hope not. Okay, so for us here in the channel, you know that we are talking about anything money, business, finance related. So that is the topic that we will be sharing for today. And exactly to start the year right, I thought of sharing with you my personal allocation portfolio or my personal investment portfolio. What does it look like? What comprises which? What percentages am I putting? How much money am I putting in these things? All these questions will be answered for today. So if you guys are ready, as always, let us get into the video. Hi, I'm Julian Pineda. I have been broke for half of my life, but I realized that life is so much more than just paying the bills. From being a working student to working multiple jobs for 16 hours a day, I did whatever it took, not just to survive, but to thrive. As a result, I was able to become financially free before I reached 30. My goal is to educate, inspire, and move people to be their best, and in my own way, contribute to nation building. Okay, to illustrate, our first instrument, which comprises of 40% or the biggest chunk, is what we call the bond type of instruments. And to illustrate this, I will play with you this next video. Fire in the hole! One more! Fire in the hole! Yeah! The first component is the bond. James Bond. Well, not really that Bond, but you know, if something is broken like this, for you to fix this, you need to put something, a sticky substance. You call it the mighty bond. But also maybe not that type of bond. I know now. Of course, when you will start the year, you need to teach your kids and you need to draw in the paper that you call the coupon bond in Tagalog. But that's also a different type of bond. How do I explain this? I know. Let's do this. Of course, Christmas in the air, Happy New Year, Valentine's. So this is what you do. Come here. Okay. Yeah. You need to, why is this man hands? Oh my goodness, look at these hands. Okay. You need to do, you have a bond. Yeah, so that really didn't work. Okay. So how do I explain these bonds? Okay. Okay, so I'll ask your permission. I'll be a little bit technical just to explain this, but please bear with me. It will make a lot of sense. So this is how I explain the bonds. By the way, since we're talking about this, I'm telling you that this is not financial advice. This is something which is ideal for me in my late 20s and in my early 30s, and based on the clients and the people that I serve, this is good until about late 30s. Okay, so let's talk about the bonds. What is a bond type of instrument? A bond type of instrument is one wherein you invest on the first day. Okay, you put money, and then on the first day you already know when the money will be released to you and until when, meaning when is the maturity. Is it going to be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and how much money you will be getting fixed. Okay, that's the term, fixed. It will give you a fixed interest and a fixed amount of money every tranche. What is a tranche? Sometimes it depends on the institution or the company or the one offering the bond. Sometimes there's about quarterly, semi-annual, some are annual. So to put things into perspective, let's say you invest ₱1,000,000 and this is a 5-year lock-in period, and the rate is, let's say, 2% per year. So it means for your ₱1,000,000, you're expecting to earn 20,000 every year, and it is given probably semi-annual. So every 6 months you will be expecting 10,000 pesos. So every year that's 20,000 pesos. And in 5-year duration, you will be receiving a total of 10% or 2% per year, or that's a total of 100,000. And on the 5th year, let's say today is 2022, so 23, 24, 25, 26, and January 2027, they will give you back your 1,000,000. And of course, in every year, you already received the 20,000. So it's a bond type of instrument. Well, it doesn't give you the best returns. It is not the biggest of returns, but the goal here is, of course, capital protection or capital preservation. Because imagine this, ang dami mong in-overtime last year, kahit bumabagyo, pumapasok ka, kahit pandemic, ikaw na lang pumapasok sa opisina para lang kumita, and then just like that, mawawala yung pera mo. So of course, you need to protect it. That is the reason why we are putting a big chunk of 40%. Am I doing this correctly? 40%, or it's like, did I? Okay, just 40%. Okay, so that's it. Bond type of instruments. Where do you find this? There are institutions that give this. There are, just to be on the technical side, there's what you call the bill, the note, the bond. Bills are less than a year. Note are more than a year to about less than 10 years. And the bond type are those that are above 10 years. And there's also what you call the treasury. If you hear the treasury, it says T-bills, T-notes, T-bonds, or the treasury, it means it is offered by the government. So if private institutions give it to you, chances are higher rate. If the government, a little bit lower rate because lower risk. So the rate for me doesn't really matter as long as it hedges with the inflation. We're good. But the main goal here is to protect, not to grow. So the rates, I'm not that too keen on the returns. All I'm thinking is what is the safest for this particular asset class. Wasn't that fun? I hope you liked my video. Well, the video in the video. Anyway, we're moving on to our next component, and the next component is of course less than 40%. So it comprises 25%, and for me to illustrate this, I need my props. All right. So there's another, but this is coming later. Okay, so obviously this is smaller than this. So this is 40%, this is about 25%, give or take. So 25% of my portfolio goes to what I call the Forex, or the foreign exchange market. And why is this important? Because this is a $1 trillion industry. It is so huge because every day people just keep coming and going, exchanging their money, be it the yen, Australian dollar, euro, GBP, US dollar, name it, Asian money, Filipino peso, Dubai money, Singapore dollars. it's just crazy because there's just so much money going in the world right now. It's like hypnotizing me to give me their money and exchange it. So that's why it's called Forex, foreign exchange. So this comprises of about 25% of my portfolio. And why is this important for me? It is very important because this is where I can expect to get the monthly returns. You might be monthly returns. Now Julian, we're talking. Kaching, kaching. Yep. So monthly returns. Why? Because since this market is very volatile and since a lot of people are just exchanging their money, there is a high potential of you earning consistently on a monthly basis. You do not have to wait for the bonds, which covers quarterly or semi-annual or annual. This one you can make money even on a monthly basis, and that is how powerful this is. And in the first one, the goal there is for protection. This one, the goal here is for expansion. Oh yeah, the kaching kaching. Bring it on, baby. So of course, I'm not going to teach you Forex in this market. There are a lot of different courses and different strategies on how to go about it. But just to share with you that comprises of about 25% of my personal portfolio. The third component of my personal portfolio is one of my favorites. And it comprises of about 25% as well, just like the Forex. So if you compare it, this is the Forex component, this is the stock market. It's about the same size, 25%. So what is the stock market? It's pretty much simple. So you have, well, technically it's not that heavy. It just, just parikalin dog, right? So technically you have all of this. So these are all my stocks. So I put it in the market, it's the stock market. Okay, I think we will have bashers. It's not the right way to explain it. Anyway, let's we're just keeping away the decors for the new year because we did it on Christmas. So Merry Christmas everyone and Happy New Year. Okay. So let's talk about the stock market. What is the stock market? This is one of my favorites because I've been studying this since I was 15 years old. So the stock market is the whole market representing the biggest companies and organizations, publicly listed companies and organizations per country. So of course you have the Hang Seng, you have the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq in the US, you have the S&P 500. In the Philippines, you have the Philippine Stock Exchange. So this is the market, or in Filipino, it's the palengke, or in other words, it's a market. Of course, when you go to a market, what do you see? Fish, meat, chicken, pork, beef, vegetables, fruits, your ex boyfriend, girlfriend that you don't want to see. Yeah, they're always in the market. They're very fishy people. Okay. So if you are in the market, there are a lot of things that you can purchase, right? So the stock market is pretty similar. It is an entire marketplace wherein you can buy different companies and organizations represented by their stocks. Of course, you cannot buy the entire corporation. Let's say in the Philippines, you cannot buy the entire Jollibee unless you're richer than them. But technically, if you're a normal person like me, you just have to buy a few stocks, or just 10 stocks, 20 stocks, 100, doesn't matter. Okay, so in the stock market, it's a whole new world. We can talk about it in a separate video. But for me, it just comprises 25%. And why? Because I like investing in companies that I believe will be here sustainable and will be stable enough to be here in the future. If I am investing in, let's say, I don't want to be too biased, pero sana naman, baka naman, bikini man, right? Sana all. Diba? If we're investing in, let's say, San Miguel, it's a huge company in the Philippines where I think We personally use their products. Of course, you do the gasoline. They are into gasoline, like Petron. You do the San Miguel, like the drinks. It's super famous. Even if you are abroad, there's so many alcoholic drinks for San Miguel. And of course, you have the famous Pure Foods corned beef. Everybody loves the corned beef. So sponsorship baka naman. But yeah, kidding aside, San Miguel is a huge corporation, and looking at it 10-20 years, I still think that people will be eating San Miguel products. People will still be drinking the beer. So I believe the company will still be there. Coincidentally, Jollibee. Jollibee, I think this is the only country wherein Jollibee dominates McDonald's. Sorry, McDonald's. Unless you sponsor us, we promote you even more. But yeah, in the Philippines, Jollibee rules. Woo, Pinoy pride, hashtag. Anyway. So Jollibee, everybody loves Jollibee, langhap sarap. Everybody loves Chicken Joy, right? So if I invest in a company like that, I do not see a day wherein people will not eat Jollibee. People will stop eating it. I just don't see that day. Jolly spaghetti, oh my goodness. I just don't see that day. And malls, you have the SMs, the Ayalas, the Robinsons. They are all listed in the stock market. And why do I like investing in these companies? Because I know that there is a huge growth potential, and I know that these companies is stable enough to be here 10-20 years, so that when I get older, it is still here and my money will still be growing. Now, if you look at the technical side of things, of course, people will say, oh, the stocks, it went down, it can crash, it can go like this. Of course, there are a lot of things that can happen, which I can tell you more in a separate video, because again, it's a whole new world. But just talking about it, if you look at it, yes, the stocks goes up and down. Actually, I might just illustrate that for you. If you look at it, the stock market looks like this.
A few moments later.
Okay, so if you look at it, the stock market looks like this. You bought your money here, it grew here, and then it fell here, right? But if you're thinking, okay, it grew and then it fell again, and then like this, it grew and then let's just say it fell again here somewhere, right? Okay, I hope you can see that. There. But if you look at it, in the long run, you invested here and your money grew until here. So technically, you may seem like, oh, the stock market is going down, it is crashing. But if you trace it all the way from where you started, you will see that your money grew significantly. So if I invest in these companies that I think are very sustainable and have amazing future, my money also will grow with them in the future. That's why I put 25% of my hard-earned money into that component. And lastly, we come to the 10%. What is this 10%? There are so many things that I haven't talked about yet, and there's only 10% remaining. But mind you, this 10% is something that you cannot predict. It is the flower, the cherry on top, the decoration on top of your Christmas tree. And this 10% is what I call, well, everybody calls it that, but this component goes to, drum roll please. We're doing things manually here. Okay, I hope you heard my drum roll, but the 10% goes to cryptocurrencies. Ooh, my crypto army, make some noise. Whoop, 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 whoop. We're going to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. Why do I have things the manual way? Anyway, okay, so 10% goes to cryptocurrencies. Now, some of you like it, some of you don't like it. That's why I told you that this portfolio is ideal for people in their late 20s up to their 30s. Because why? You can be a little bit more aggressive because you have so much time. If you are in your 30s, let's say worst case scenario, knock on wood, you lose your money, you lose your investments, you can still work until 60, until 65. That's 25 more years. You have a lot of time to recuperate, to side hustle, to do a lot of things, to make more money. You're up for promotion, you can get more clients, you can learn new skills, you have less it's not that much responsibilities compared to the older people. So you can still recuperate if there are any losses in the future. So you can take on more risks. That's why this particular portfolio that I'm sharing is very ideal for that age group. Now, why cryptocurrencies? Because the cryptocurrencies, as I said, is the cherry on top. It has a huge, massive potential that can go to the moon, literally, because the risk and reward is about 1:10, meaning you risk one, you can win up to 10 times, meaning if you invest, let's say 10 cryptocurrencies, that's 10%, let's just put it 1% per cryptocurrency, you lose 8 of those. Just the 2 cryptocurrencies that win can make you big winners. Now, of course, what I always advocate is that we are investors, we are not gamblers. So we are not gambling. Of course, we are looking at the top cryptocurrencies, which we believe have potential, can solve real life issues, real life challenges, those that have use cases. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link my cryptocurrency video in this video somewhere here. Just look for it. Okay, it will be popping there. So in that video, I talked about a lot of cryptocurrencies in general. So that's it. That comprises of my entire financial portfolio, my personal allocation portfolio. 40% bonds to protect it, 25% for Forex, 25% for stocks, and 10% for cryptocurrencies, because it is the sweetener, the cherry on top, the sprinklers, the marshmallow, everything. Okay, now if you are a bit more aggressive, instead of the 40% bonds, you can reduce it to 30%. Okay, and then make 30% for for Forex, 30% for stocks, and still 10% for cryptos. Do not invest that much in cryptocurrencies. As a matter of fact, why? Because, as I said, the risk and reward is already huge. So you don't need to invest that much money to make that much returns. Okay, so I hope you liked our James Bond feels vibe for this entire video and the Christmassy New Year vibes, and I hope it really helped you a lot. Now, if you are one of our followers and subscribers and you are not in that age group, you are in your 40s or in your 50s or probably in your 60s, I would suggest that you do not follow the portfolio mix that I shared with you today, because this is really ideal for that age group that I've mentioned. But if you are interested in that, I can create a separate video talking about the ideal for me, which is ideal for that specific market, because of course you have more responsibilities, you have to take on lesser risk, so to speak, unless you have tons and tons of money to spare. So that's it for now. Happy New Year once again, everyone, and I hope this is a well guide for you to take on this new year, so that you can plan ahead and you can allocate your hard-earned money as well. So as always, in the comment section, whatever it is that you are thinking, what are your portfolio mix, where are you investing on, I want to hear that. Just comment it below in the comment section. And of course, some of you might be thinking, but Julian, you never mentioned about real estate. We always hear that. I did not mention about that because personally I am not much into real estate, which there's also an entire dedicated video that I will be linking here. So if you are into real estate, maybe you shouldn't consider that. But if you are thinking why it's not my cup of tea, just watch the video that I'll link. So my bottom line for today is, whatever it is that you like, whether you follow my personal allocation, you want to add more, you want to tweak it a little bit to your liking, it doesn't matter. But the goal here is for you to start. Whatever it is, whatever amount, just start. Just take action. Because remember, you need to dream big and act now, because the best is yet to come. Happy New Year! Wishing you all the abundance and prosperity and health in the world. So that's it for us. Happy New Year, everyone. Have it an amazing 2022.